Hey guys, what's going on? Time for the final map mastery in this 20 slot series. I will be doing the other maps like TP and 12 slot at some point as well, so don't worry about that if those are your favorites. But in the meantime, this is 12th Winterland, the final one out of this series. So I'll start from here in the warehouse. First of all, there's these crates over here that you can kind of head peek over. It's a really nice spot if you're trying to just fight around here in general, I suppose, or get away from people and hide and stuff. You can come up onto this as well, not a whole lot of point. And you can actually get to the other one if you come over from these stairs and do a crouch jump. It's not an easy jump to make, but I should be able to do it for you. There you go. So that's how you can get up there. And then all of the beams in this area you can walk on, so you can walk on this beam. And then up here, you can walk on this beam as well. And here, and you can also get onto this little piece here, but there's no point, because it's just, you know, a shit spot anyway. Down here are the barrels. You can peek through them like this. There's these holes next to them. These are absolute bullshit angles, so you should feel bad if you use them. They're there if you want them. The front of it is clipped kind of strangely, so if you really want to, you can come up like this. You can't go any further than that because the diagonal beam gets in your way. That's all you get from it, I think. It's terrible, don't do that. Here in the stairwell, you can see that these stairs are not actually real stairs, but rather slopes made with the clip brush. And you can do a slope hop by coming down from the top part up there and then going through this way. And I'll try and show you what I mean, but it's a little bit tricky. There you go, that's perfect. That's probably about as fast as you can get with that slope hop, but it's a very fancy one, lots of fun. I do it all the time. From this platform, if you go down to the ground, if you just jump over the fence or you fall off the fence, then you'll take 4 damage. So instead what you can do is jump onto the barrels and then come off them. You know, if you edge run that, then you can make it slightly better, but whatever, doesn't really matter. Just a little note about these door frames. There's a whole bunch of doors around the map, and almost all of them, or maybe even all of them, don't know, have these little trims around the top of them. And these are tangible, you can stand on top of those, except for this doorway here next to the blue chest. You can't stand on top of this. And to get up onto any of these doorways, you can just belt jump. Some of them will have some obscure way of getting on top of them, but for all of them you can belt jump anyway, except for that. Over here at the platform, you can get up onto these trims as well by belt jumping. And there's 2 ways up onto the roof of this building, and I think the train's coming that way. Yes, it is, so I'll have to wait for a while before I can show you the train route. But basically, you just come up here, and you jump on the train, and you make your way over it. It's really self-explanatory, I don't really need to show you. Other way you can do it is to come around here. You can air strafe onto this, or you can just crouch jump up from the ground. There you go. And there's a clip brush here. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sure, but you can see how high it is at least. You can see there's a corner of it right there. So keep that in mind. You can't jump very high when you're up here, but you can walk around. You can see the hallway down into the arch tunnel down there. And you can come up from the back. And so this is a nice little spot. You can see all kinds of things, you know, arch tunnel into there, into there, into there. And you've got enough cover to keep yourself safe as well. Be aware that people do spawn beneath you and over here in the trees. So listen out for the sound when they spawn and you should be able to catch them. 3 ways onto this water tower here, this new one. The first one is to come up from these crates, and this is the hardest way, where you come like this, and I'll get to a clip of that later. First of all, I want to show you the train route, both onto that and onto the water tower. The train route onto the water tower is by far the easiest one, but I might as well just get this out of the way first of all. And you can use the extra momentum you get from the train to not make it. How embarrassing. It's actually a lot easier than it looks. Yeah, you can take my word for it that that's doable. I'll try and do it on the way back anyway, whatever. Crate route, here we go. There you go, that's the crate route. This pipe is not tangible, you can walk through this, so you can go the whole way around it. Oh, that one is not. That one is tangible. I'll show you it on the way back maybe. I really want to make this train jump, this is so easy. Nice and simple. Alright, final way. This kind of ties into another thing that you can do, which is come up onto this snowy ridge up here. Not all of it you can stand on, a lot of it's like kind of surfy stuff, so this top bit up here goes the whole way across and you can stand on this. So from here you get a good run up and you can do a long jump over towards that water tower. So I'll try and make that for you guys. It's a little bit tricky. There you go, second try. Trying that one now, I feel like it's easier than the crate jump, so probably go for that one if you're a newbie. Also for the record, you can jump up onto this little part here, which is, you know, you can stand on that, and you can get through like this, do some surfing. Beyond that, I'm pretty sure, I haven't done this in a very long time, but yeah, okay, you can jump up onto this as well. No cover up here, so it's not that great, of course. You might even be able to get onto some of these trees, I think. Should do. How high does this go? Yeah, that looks doable. You can jump onto some of these trees if you like. You can find out which ones are possible and which ones aren't. It's not really important because they all suck anyway. I'll show you back on that snowy ridge. There's some more cool stuff you can do. So up here, if you come right up onto the top, and you can run over this way. And from here you can do an airstrike jump to this balcony here. And this balcony is kind of interesting because it has this very weird prop. It's pretty much weightless. It doesn't actually do any damage when you hit people with it. Well, it does damage, but it does fuck all damage, you know what I mean? But more importantly, if you take it up to this warning, you just get there from jumping, really easy. Then you can put it in this corner, and then crouch jump. Oh, come back, come back. Well, as you can see, I hit my suicide bomb by mistake, but in any case, you use this, and then you crouch jump, and you can get up here. It does have to be quite a good crouch jump, probably not perfect, but quite good. And you can see this one also has a little clip rush above it. That's really annoying because you can't jump when you're up here. These pipes are tangible, so you can stand on these as well if you like, and I can see that there's a little bit of roof up here that I'm sure you can stand on if you belt jump up here. This looks pretty crazy actually. You can probably throw dynamite through that glass. This is something I'm just discovering right now, to be honest, but oh yeah, you can totally see over this shit. That's cool as. I had no idea. Problem is that you have to come over onto these pipes and then belt jump up and around onto that. It'll be quite difficult, but it's totally doable, I'm sure. So if you can be bothered, you can have a go at that. Alternatively, you can just belt jump up from this window here. I don't think you can crouch jump this, but I might. Yeah, that looks too high. Another thing about this window is that you can see through it into where the blue chest is, so if you hear someone like going for that blue chest, it's really easy to come through and just camp this angle until they come through. And you can see over that way and stuff. It's a nice little spot. Hey guys, this is being recorded on a different day, but I found another way to get up onto this awning, which is from this windowsill here. You just run along and do a crouch jump and turn around the corner and you make it. It's a little bit tricky, but I'll see if I can get a clip of me doing it. There you go, first go. So you can go around like that, and then of course you can come over here and get your stuff or whatever. Okay, and just one more thing that I've missed on Robert Lee, which is that if you come onto this stack of little boxes here, you can just do a crouch jump straight up onto the roof. Don't know how I managed to miss that before, but I only realized it the other day when I was playing, so there it is. With these windows here, they've got this weird clipping on them where you can do a full crouch jump and come up onto them like this, and then you can see out them at a different angle, so you can look down like this at people. This one in here is a little bit different because there's a clip roof here. I don't know why, but what that means is that you have to full crouch jump onto this one rather than just jump onto it. Also from this one, what you can do is you can jump up onto this triangle. There's all these fucking shit triangles around the map where the rebels fucked up his clipping. Anyway, you can get up here. Terrible spot, but there it is. In this room here, I've just moved that powder cake from there, and there's another one at the back of the room as well. You can do that, and then you can crouch jump up onto here. You can get on this trim. Pretty sure you can get on the other trim as well. There you go. You do bump your head on the jump across, so try to do it from as close to the middle as you can so you don't bump your head. Yeah, gay cunt spot. From here you can climb up all the way to the top level like this. You don't have to crouch jump going onto the barrels, but the rest of them do have to be crouch jumps. Be aware that you can walk under this hook, but you can't jump because you bump into the chain, because the chain is tangible and the hook is not. You can get on these shelves if you want, you can get on those shelves if you want. This is actually a real ladder. You can come up on this. You can kind of fuck around some kind of gay angles into the bar as well. This room's got a whole lot of good fun stuff to do. First of all, you can get onto this little lip on the crates and then do a jump up like this to get out of that room the easy way. If you're not comfortable with that, you can do an easier one by coming over like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. What else? Yeah, you don't actually have to jump to drink this whiskey. You can just drink it straight from the ground. Might be able to crouch jump up with that, but there's probably not a point because you can just do that instead. This has the same clipping, so you can jump up like this and get out like that way. And of course there is the tunnel through to this part. From here you can full crouch jump over this beam and get out. This is Z-fighting. This beam is new. You can jump up onto this beam if you want. Just full crouch jump and come around like this. Nice and easy. You can stand on this. You're a loser. This room here, if you stand right next to the door, people can't open it from the outside, so you can unblock it. However, if they're clever, they'll just shoot you through the door, because you can totally wallbang this. From this balcony, you can jump up here, and then up here. You can get up onto a little bit of this, not a whole lot. The clip brush gets in your way sooner or later. And I'll have a little look around here. I can't remember if you can get to anything this way. No, you can't. You can get to that platform, but I'll show you much later when I get to the hard stuff. Also, from this balcony, you can jump over to this door frame here and stand on top of that. And then there is a clip triangle here as well, if you want to try a bullshit off angle. This stair is not clipped with a slope. Don't know why, it's just kind of annoying. If you come from here, you can jump onto that same door frame, and then you can actually do the jump around this way as well. Didn't quite make it this time, but I will get a clip of me proving it. There you go, that was actually like my 4th try. Kind of embarrassing, but whatever. It's not the easiest jump. Also from here you can jump over to this street lamp. And you cannot get back up, unfortunately. But you can come over here. And then you can come over here. And I'm pretty sure you can't make the jump to that one. But you can get to those anyway. There are also other ways over to that lamppost and such. So I'll start talking about this area, which is how you get there. Obviously from here you can get up onto the train. You can jump directly onto this carriage from the fence, and you can jump directly onto this balcony from the top of the carriage as well. If you walk over here, you can come to the far side of the carriage, which is how you get to the lamp again. And of course up here. This place around here is actually really quite cool. People don't really play around here very much, but you've got some pretty wild angles down to like the lower bar, and also the upper bar if you come over here, back a bit. And of course you've got the escape route up to the top, and you've got the escape route down to the bottom. It's actually really quite good. Besides that, whoops, you can get up onto this window sill like this. A little bit of an awkward jump, but you can get up here. If you practice, you can see through it much easier. And of course you can come down to these trims as well. Okay, a couple of things that I missed when I was recording the other day. You can do a crouch jump directly from these windows up onto the balcony. It does have to be perfect or near perfect, so it's not the easiest one to make consistently, but you can make it up from both sides. And besides that, you can also go straight from the fence up onto the roof with a good crouch jump as well. From this part of the train station, you can actually do a crouch jump over to this stone wall. I thought I wasn't going to make it, but I actually did. There you go. And then from here, you can come over to this window. Unfortunately, you can't walk through it, but you can look through it, and you can get some pretty gay angles on people here as well. With these wine racks at the back of the bars, you can actually do some crouch jumps to get up onto the top of them. Pretty sure it's exactly the same for the one up here. Yeah, that's the exact same prop, so you can just do that. And you can also get onto the trim of the back door frame as well. It's quite useful to do bunny hops across the top of the bar, you know, to fight the gold chest or whatever. Make sure to keep your head in the open air, because your head does go higher than these bars and the ceiling. So make sure you don't bump your head on your way around. All of these lamps are tangible as well, so be careful when jumping around here. Don't bump your head. Over here there is a lamp down there, which you can get to from here, I believe. Let me try this. Yeah, you can do that. This is the only tangible lamp on the map. All the rest of them, like that one and the one downstairs, are not tangible. Can't land on them. From the fence, if you want to go down to the bottom level, what you should do is come to the far side of the fence and stand on the ground, and then fall down onto it like that, and that way you won't take any fall damage. From the fence, you can fall straight down onto the poker table without taking fall damage either. You don't need to land on the ball, you can just stand on the table. And yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yes, you can land on the railing of the stairs as well, so you can just jump straight over, do that, edge run off it, easy peasy. These separators here are really easy to wallbang through. You can do a lot of damage, and you can see people's feet under them, so if you think someone's taking the gold chest, you can crouch and have a little peek, and then shoot them through that. Alright, it's time for the fun part. You can jump to the bottom of the train supports like this. All of this is tangible, all of this is clipped. And I will chuck on the triggers real quick so that you can see where everything is. That's the wind trigger. And this wind trigger is really long and there's not much beneath it, so you can't really use the windfall to your effect. Windfall is a really complicated technique that I'll talk about later when I start doing proper movement tutorial videos, which is on my agenda next once I finish my map. That'll help me do it. But anyway, you can come the whole way over here just by jumping. And then from here, you can see that there is a death trigger above you and the wind trigger over here. And the train comes past. So, what you have to do is use the belt, bounce it off there, and try to get one that will push you straight upwards, which is obviously not very easy with today's belt jump, and land between these triggers. Then from here, you jump around the death trigger from the top of the metal part of the train track, so you get the most height to make it easy for yourself. Okay, you have to know where this trigger is, right? Otherwise, there's no way you can show it in game. The show triggers command is a cheat, so you have to know where it is. But you can get over here. You can see the train turning around, which I really should have shown you just now because it's quite funny. It just kind of spins into itself. And so from here, there's a couple things you can do. First of all, you can belt jump up to the, what do we call this, big rock. A little bit of mountain maybe. Again, belt jumping straight up is not very easy, so you might die trying to do that. But you can get up here, and you can stand up on this little shack and have a good time. It's pretty cool stuff. You can come out this way, and then at this point the ground runs out and the clip brush gets in your way, and this is how you get over to that platform. What you do is you come down here and you very, very carefully, I like to crouch when I do it, surf down like this, and voila, you are on this part of the map, which is really cool. No one expects you to be here. Total exploit, total cheat, bunch of bullshit. But if Rebel doesn't watch this video, which he probably won't, then he won't fix it. So, don't tell him. Keep it a secret. Anyway, if you've kept enough health coming over this way, what you can actually do is come over here and you should short fall this, which is when you crouch as you fall off and then stand up in midair. And you can come down here. That'll take off about maybe 40 to 60 health, I think. I can't remember. And I'm on Buddha mode right now, so I can't tell you. But anyway, then you can go under the trigger brush. This is the death trigger that is on the bottom of the map. I can stand up because I've got Buddha mode on, so it won't kill me. And there should be a way to get around all of this so that we can get to the exciting parts of the map. Anyway, from here you can snap up at people. So I'll see if I can make some progress moving around here and then get back to you. Alright, so I found where you go to get around the mountain. You can't go from the inside of the mountain outwards, which is why I was kind of bumping around just before. But anyway, this is where I am right now, so if you come out past this, then you can go all the way around here. You have to crouch for this, so obviously in a real game it's going to take like 3 times as long. And I'm under the impression that I can get past here. Yes, I can, and voila, now there's no more death barrier, but there is a big block here. So, you can't get through the block. That sucks. I don't think you can shoot through the block. Let me find out. Cannot shoot through the block. So this is probably only going to give me a little bit of shooting through displacements out here. Yeah, that's all you can do. So this is not really a very good exploit. I'd be surprised if you can get any frags from down here, so that's that, I suppose. That's the end of it. Alright, talking about the new part of the map, you can do a full crouch jump from this railing to the outside of this window. Why do you want to do this? I don't know. It's quite fun. I've done it before. I've gotten a wacky frag. Give it a shot if you like that. Over here, from this railing, you can do a crouch jump up onto this barrier here, which is really good for your frag video when you want to smack them down there. And then from here, you can also do a crouch jump up onto this one. It's quite hard to stop here. It's hard to make it so you don't have any more momentum and actually like stop dead on this. So you probably fall off it, but in any case, you can get up here. I think this is probably even worse of a position than that one. So really situational or just fancy, you know. Hello again, guys. This is being recorded the day after the rest of it because I've made a couple mistakes. You know, there's a couple things that I've forgotten or whatever. One thing I didn't realize at all was that the clip brush above this building in the middle has been completely removed. So you used to not be able to come up here when the map first came out in the new version. But oh, now you can. Yeah. So that's the cool jump I'll show you from that barrier to that barrier. That's pointless now. You can just walk over the top of it anyway. So this is really cool. There's not a whole lot of like good angles or whatever, but it's just fun that you can come up here in the first place. So that's nice. 2 other things that I missed. One of them is that if you come up on this crane and you stand on this little bit of wood that goes up the top to hold the rope, you can go onto this beam over here. And so from here, you can see very little. Really, it's just that. You used to be able to do jumps to get over there and stuff, but it's all clipped off these days, so it can't be done anymore. Okay, so just before I finish up these extra clips, I just want to point out that this clip brush here only goes this far around to the back. And as you can see, I've been trying to belt jump around this clip brush to get up here. There's a very similar jump in the Sweetwater thing, so that's why I think this is probably possible. But I've been at this for like 10 minutes and I'm giving up because it's too hard. I do think it's probably possible to get around here, but you need to get a basically perfect belt jump, and I just can't be bothered going at it again and again and again. If you were to get around here, you'd be able to go down here. I'm pretty sure that if I turn on the triggers, 1 second. Yeah, this is way, way away from that death trigger over there. So you would be able to come under here and shoot up through these displacements and things. So this is definitely a crazy exploit if it can be pulled off. Well, I've just made a new discovery while looking at this water tower. I think that if you belt jump from here, you can get up onto this bit of roof here, and again, it'd be like that one over there. You could just throw dynamite down that way or whatever. I don't know, fight this. Again, not a very good spot, but you catch people off guard with it. I'm just assuming that this is possible with a belt jump, but I will try and prove it so I can put it in the video, okay? So I'll just try and find a clip for this for you. You know what? Fuck this belt jump, man. This is really difficult. What you have to do is throw it inwards like this, facing backwards, because otherwise, if you throw it from the top down, then it rolls off like this and you can't get to it in time. And then, since you're facing backwards, you have to like turn around and airstrike onto it. It's fucking awful time. So do that if you really want to. But I think that wraps up Winter Long. That should be everything. If I missed anything, then let me know in the comments. I'm sure I will, because I missed so much shit on Sweetwater. That's a whole nother video that's coming out. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's Winter Long. Have fun.